Good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I wanted to thank you for being with us again today with another series of workshops offered by American Heritage College. My name is Abdi Lajavardi, and I'm delighted again to be with you. We have had a great week so far. We started the week with series in professional mindset. We learned about multiple intelligence. We today learned about how to market ourselves. And tomorrow we're going to be talking about our series with professional knowledge brokers, as well as in the afternoon we have professional career coaches. But our concept today was and is about branding. How, as you heard my good colleagues talk about how to use LinkedIn as one of those social media outlet to outreach your brand with other people that you want to connect in a professional environment, how to market yourself and your company services that you have. Then you heard from Shahina to how to look at your brand, not only how to create it, but how to use it in interaction with your customer, with the people around you, how to be able to not only look at one aspects of marketing and outreach, but how to look at a 360-degree perspective of it on reaching out your customer, making a sales or interaction with them, but then looking at that experience throughout and then post sell or post experience that they had with you, and continuously look at that 360 degrees. So what I want to share with you is a little bit about the fact, what is it that we need to do if we are looking at in a sense, let me share my screen with you. Here we go. How to stay here. Oh, here we go. How to be real to our brand, right? So now we have a brand. We have created it. We have started, sharing with the market. How do we stay true to our brand? How do we stay real with our brand? This is not just some sort of a marketing that we put out there that sounds good, but our intention is truly to fulfill it, right? That 360 degree. We want to make sure that experience is in place, right? So how do we do that? Because that really is the key. There are many companies that have had great branding, and the whole concept, they have gone through the whole thing, about Sears, about Toys R Us, and on and on. They had great brands. But what happened to them? They're no longer in existence. Because their brand, as impressive and as true at the time it was, somehow they lost, their relationship to that brand. The company and its brand, they separate ways. They were using the brand in marketing, but people that they were in the company weren't, familiar with what that brand was. They weren't able to live up to it, right? So what can we do in order to stay true to it? So first and foremost, I think we have to recognize, as humans, we are more than just our body, right? We have hands, we have eyes, we have ears, everything, right? We all do. But difference with each other, but we all have, most of these features. If something hadn't happened or whatever, but we are more than this body, right? we have energies. And I'm sure you have seen when people go on hospital, or if you haven't gone yourself, I hope you haven't, or if you have, they connect your heart, you get a signal, that connect your brain, you get a signal. Every part of your body puts out a signal. Actually, every creature in universe puts out a signal, including Earth by itself. Every planet has a signal that it has in the universe. And these are energies. These are energies that exist in the whole universe. Now, we know what that is because we know when some days we have a lot of energy, we're ready to run, and some days we're low energy, right? We know how feeling is. We know how happy means, and we've been all very happy, and we know what sad and depressed is. We all know that, don't we? These are human feeling. These are two axes that I have here for you. And these are feeling that we all have. You see, our feeling affect our thoughts. And our thoughts are what drives our action. So when we feel good, when we are in this zone, when you are at E+ and F+, do you know what that feels like? Give me some, put if you would, on the chat room. Tell me the feeling, or how does it feel when you have high energy and you really feel good? Give me some examples of what are the kind of situations that you find yourself there when energy is high and the feeling is good. What does it look like? Very happy, very fulfilled.
Very positive,
very positive,
very optimistic.
Very optimistic. Excellent.
The world is mine.
The world is mine. Those are really good feeling, good sense that we have, right? We feel like we're top of the world. We like we're surfing, It doesn't take any effort to get things done. And we have had days like that, no? Now, what it feels like when you have intense energy, right? You really have intense energy, but you have negative feeling. Give me an example of what does that feel like?
That can be self-destructive if you're not careful.
Right? This is in this quarter, right? In the left quadrant, right? When you have high energy, but this energy is not good, it's negative, right? So you are destructive, as Mindy said. You're angry, you're aggressive and things like that. And the higher it goes, it can get really dangerous. Imagine you're in this segment and you're interacting with the client, or interacting with your boss, or interacting with your loved ones, right? I want you to be familiar with these feelings, because these are human feelings. It's not somebody is good or somebody is bad. These are feelings that every human being has. If we are aware of it, then we can protect ourselves and others from being in areas that we know is not healthy for us to be in, right? So let's now look at feeling good, really high, but the energy is low. Give me some example of that. How does it feel that you're feeling good, but the energy is low?
Just it's unmotivation. There's no motivation there, and you just feel like, okay, I'm content in my mind, but I just don't want to do anything.
But you are feeling good, right?
Yes,
you are feeling good. You are maybe laying on some beach and you just unwind,
Yeah.
So you could be self-reflecting, taking taking a moment just to appreciate life or examine your own thoughts and feelings?
Absolutely. There are a lot of times that a lot of creative people, this is the area that is sanity, that they get to really relax their mind and create before they share with anybody.
Yeah, I would agree with that, Abdi. So I think if I'm feeling good, or if I'm like high energy, or I'm feeling that, that's sometimes when all the ideas can process. So during painting, sometimes that's when you've got the energy to do it. You might just practice something that you see could be a bigger vision, but you might not do your final piece or your masterpiece as such. So yeah, agreed.
Okay. Now, the last quadrant, and that again is as a human, we all experience. So it's not being good or bad, but we being aware of it, it helps us to be able to kind of put ourselves in the right quadrant and to know what it is, observe it with kindness, with no prejudice, and then be able to act based on the right level of energy and true to our mission, be it individual or company's mission. So negative energy and negative feeling. What does it feel like? Give me some example. Dennis, do you know anybody, or have you ever felt something like this? We all should as a human. Give me examples of it.
I think that's hopelessness.
Hopelessness. Yes, yes, yes. Anything else that it feels like?
My experience is that a lot of times the feelings and the how you feel is really how you behave.
Mhm.
And I do find a lot of my client engagement is, and they've gone through a traumatic event. They've lost their job.
Right.
So they're feeling despair and they're feeling lack of focus. I many times am challenged to not feel that way and share my feeling to keep them balanced. That's my reality with your model.
Absolutely. Because this again is everybody falls in. This is human condition. We are energy. You see, when a person dies, their body's in place, right? Doesn't matter what they do with it. But what is it gone? Whatever you want to call it, I call energy. That's you. That's why you will never die. That's why we are here for much, much bigger reason. And if we find out what that purpose is, oh my God, we can do great things, in my humble belief. But this is everybody's journey. If we know where we are, then we have an easier time to put ourselves in the right place. And if we are in the right place, we can and will be true to our own mission and to our company's mission. We will live truly to our true purpose in life. So, and in conclusion, what I'd like to share with you is the fact that how we want to stay relevant. And staying relevant, it is by re-examining our, not only, what it is that we offer and how we are unique in offering what our service or product is, but what most importantly is why we do what we do. And that's, the way for us to stay true to our brand and make sure our brand in every part of our life plays a major role, not only to interact with others, but for us as a compass in our life, individually or for companies. That's how companies can, in my humble opinion, protect their brands on a continuous basis. This is not just something you will, have to do once, but continuously you have to examine and make sure you are relevant with what it is that you are looking at, your vision or mission, individually or for the company. So any question or comments? Mishahina, what do you think?
I think it's great that you brought all of these elements in, because it sort of leads on, personalities, values and beliefs, what we mentioned earlier, is all to do with feelings. So yes, I think that this is right. You need a certain energy to achieve things, and that's in all contexts. So yeah, definitely, I think it's very useful to know these things.
Abdi, I have a thought.
Please.
It goes back to our conversation that we were having in terms of what is the challenge for brands how does a brand not fail?
Right.
And we had talked about the need to stay true, but also to stay relevant, or how to stay contemporary.
Right.
So I think the challenge of a leader would be, or even maybe someone who's just seeking their next step, is to really do a value clarification, to really get an understanding of their uniqueness and their why. I think many times people lose their level of uniqueness in the fact that they sometimes compare themselves to others. And I think many times a lot of noise, just the general noise that you deal with on a day-to-day basis, you tend to lose your level of uniqueness. So from a brand perspective, I think that is many times a starting point, is to be real clear about your uniqueness and real clear about who you are, what your values are. And it's not easy.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. It's continuous. Continuous. If you want to be better. Right. Absolutely. You have to examine.
I think that comes back to the concept of, we often talk about, is the mindset, right? It's that growth mindset versus that fixed mindset. Mm-hmm. When we become content and we don't want to grow, again, we're fixed. We think that we know everything, right? And we don't continue to find new ways. We don't continue to try to change. And I think that when we take that approach, if we can't keep ourselves relevant, that's when we start to lose self.
Mm-hmm.
So very good points.
Well, I thank you for spending your Saturday with us. We are delighted and we are thankful for you to joining us today. And we have, as I mentioned to you, tomorrow, different programs, both in the morning from our professional professional knowledge brokers work boot camps, and in the afternoon we have our professional career coaches boot camp that we look forward having you with us. Meanwhile, please follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and we are American Heritage College, and we're delighted that you are with us. Have a great weekend, and thank you.